night whispering in the trees. It's two cities and they're only...
Where are we heading, by the way? I think we're going to be heading today, but not nonstop. We're going to be round trip, I hope. I'm hoping for a round trip here. We're going to be heading down to Crown Point to talk a little bit about Carol Ann Seaton.
Oh, boy.
She may be looking for a recount. I just hope that the Democratic Party is not going to pay for this recount. And that would be me. I don't care what faction of the Democratic Party wants to pay for this. I hope if she wants to pay for it, I'm okay with that. But if anybody else gets involved officially and pays for this recount, I'm going to have a fit. So if you want to feel the wrath, and I don't want to hear your whining and crying, preachers beating up on us again, blah, 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 then just don't do it. Don't start none, won't be none.
Of course.
Now, once we go out there, when we swirl around Crown Point, we may have to go long distance and talk about Barack Obama's, I guess President Obama, and his his interview on 60 Minutes, which I couldn't follow for the life of me. And I'm not a stupid man.
No.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir. But I couldn't follow any of that nonsense.
Nothing at all.
No. It would be like if in the city of Hammond the entire council turned Republican and the mayor of Hammond said, well, I'm not really sure what the public, what their message was. I'm not sure I get it.
Yeesh. I
think I get it. And we'll talk about that. So we got to head out to Washington, D.C. in the dual-engine Piper. And then we got to also talk about a day that I know that I haven't been looking forward to, and it's finally here.
Oh, yeah?
The infamous Gonads O'Brien returns to television tonight, I believe, on TBS. And they keep saying, it's funny. Now, if you got to say it's funny,
there's a problem.
The final tally was in the Lake County Assessor's Office, which now is being held by a Republican, or soon to be, come January. For the first time in 60 years, Hank Adams will now be the assessor. He's a Republican. He's out of St. John. St. John Township assessor, now moving into Lake County. Causing quite a stir here if you're just dropping by from Will or Cook County, because it's a Republican. And by the way, did you see this? Did you know this? Who are the two cats? Is it Brady and Quinn in Illinois running for governor? Which one won? Quinn?
I think it was Quinn.
All right, whichever one won. The guy who lost won 98 counties. He won majority vote in 98 counties out of 102. This is the guy who lost. Wow. The guy, should I say this again? Whoever it is, Quinn and Brady. Whoever lost won 98 majority vote in 98 counties out of 102 and lost the election. Why? What do you think?
I don't know.
Because of Cook County. Chicago is like the third largest city in the country. So this guy, whichever the other one is, find out which one. Okay, wait, I got it. Don't hurt yourself. I just found, I'll figure it out. To win 98 counties out of 102 and lose, you got to throw Chicago out. Chicago is the Gary of Lake County. What Chicago is to Illinois, Gary is to Lake County. Does that make sense to you? That a party would win, an individual, a candidate would win. Let's see, Governor Pat Quinn may have elected to a full term as governor. Okay. He was only to manage to win a majority of voters in 3 of Illinois' 102 counties. Okay, I stand corrected. Now it's down to 3. I thought it was 4. So Pat Quinn, the Democrat, won 3 counties out of the entire state of Illinois, which consists of 102 counties. Sounds pretty close to Indiana. I think we're 98 or something, or 92. So Governor Democrat Pat Quinn manages to win only 3 counties in the entire state, yet has won the governor's race over Brady. Bill Brady, Republican, out of Bloomington, apparently. That's just not right. Does anybody think that that is right out there? Does anyone think that
By the way,
makes
I watched
sense? The Walking Dead again last night. I can't handle it. Too many dead people. Last night they were chopping up a guy because they decided that they deduced that the way that the dead were identifying them, if you just like limped around and acted dead, so that would have been my thing. I think that's a pretty good idea. They would have ate you up anyway because they're going to sniff you out. Speaking of sniffing, we will be over at Theo's tonight at some point. But they chopped up one of the dead guys. And why didn't that dead guy, how come he didn't come back to life when he was laying there? And that's it? Then you're dead? Oh, come on. There was some little kid laying around in the park by a bicycle, and the deputy sheriff wants the bike, and he goes to get the bike, and the little kid had no lower half of the body and was crawling after him. So we got to bash their head in? Is that it? Is this Gonads O'Brien?
It's the other Ron.
Hey, other Ron.
You know, the guy couldn't make it on after prime time. He couldn't make it during what is considered prime time, late night. He can't make it. And if he's any good, he'd be in the same slot for the last 20 years like everybody else has done, and he ain't making it.
Okay, Steve Allen. Well, there was a guy before Steve Allen, but his name escapes me. Then it was Steve Allen on the Tonight Show. Then Johnny Carson moved in. He had a long run, as you know, 30, 40 years, whatever it was. Leno looked like he was going to be on the same pace. It was hit and miss with Leno, but he's okay. But he repeats the same lines all the time at the end of the joke, which kind of bothers me as, well, am I a comedian? Do I make you laugh? It doesn't matter. It just insults me as a viewer. But you're correct. The guy couldn't make it in the slot, even though they rolled the red carpet out for him, and I don't know why. He must have something on somebody.
Well, he's got to, because when they put when they were yanking yellow, when they gave the spot to Leno first, he cried like a baby, and then they had to promise it to him. Oh, Leno's leaving, so we're going to promise it to you. Why? The guy stinks. Why do you got to promise him anything? Get somebody else in there.